Hey everyone, welcome to my weekend video. Today's video, I wanted to cover one of my favorite ETFs that's currently out there. It's the ETF ticker BLOK. It's an ETF by Amplify. Amplify has some pretty interesting and innovative ETFs. I have played around with a few of their offerings, and BLOK as of now definitely ranks as one of my absolute favorites that they have. So why I like this ETF is because it gives me access to Bitcoin and blockchain companies that are dabbling in both blockchain as well as Bitcoin. This is their blockchain version of the ETF. So it allows me to have some sort of position in Bitcoin blockchain without actually holding Bitcoin, which I think is works for me. I really don't like the hassle of having holding Bitcoin separately in a wallet. It causes reporting challenges, and just ETF is just so much easier and a more sophisticated way for getting that exposure. So why I like this ETF is it's actively managed, as you can see from their prospectus. It's fairly transparent. They say in their ETF in their offering that it's at least 80% is invested in securities involved in development and utilization of blockchain technologies. It's an ETF with over $1 billion in assets, so a fairly big ETF. I have found this ETF fairly liquid, so I have open positions, closed positions, and there are also options on these ETFs. So it makes it really attractive, even for like some income generation strategy around selling covered calls, or even just outright buying calls or buying puts, depending on how you want to bet on some of these blockchain names. So just getting into the fund holdings, as you can see, the latest update, their top 10. When I had all my positions, I believe Microstrategy was the top, and Square was among the top 3 or top 5. Looks like they've changed their top holdings around a little bit. I'm fine with that. Usually these active ETFs would sell off some of these more liquid names, especially when there's a drawdown, and then load up on some of those more high conviction names, which looks like what they have done. So it looks like MicroStrategy is down to number 2, which is fine. Riot Blockchain has always been one of their key holdings that's still there. I do know that Grayscale was trading at a discount last week, so I'm happy to see there is a 3.5% exposure to Grayscale Bitcoin, which is a Bitcoin sort of direct. Grayscale has an ETF that directly just owns Bitcoin, and then they offer it. It used to trade at premium a long time back. Now, the last week when I checked, it was trading at a discount. So a pretty fun way to get exposure to Bitcoin without actually the hassle of owning Bitcoin. I also really like, given that this is an ETF, there's a lot of other things you can do with it. You can margin it. You also have some other option strategies. So something for you to really consider if you want to get exposure to Bitcoin or blockchain-based technologies without really owning Bitcoin. And this ETF also has a pretty active, in my opinion, options market. So as you can see, some pretty high IVs. So one of the strategies that I might do going into the week is maybe open up a position of around the blockchain shares, and then maybe sell covered calls against it. Even like calls that are far out for Jan 2022, you can see that IV of around 85 to 90%. So probably makes a lot of sense just to sell some covered calls and generate some income. So I'll explore and see how the market, at least the Bitcoin market behaves, before I execute that trade. But something to consider. But overall, like a really good way to get yourself some exposure to Bitcoin. Something that you should keep your eye on. It's definitely a part of my portfolio, and I do anticipate maybe adding to it in the near term, and maybe I'll just let it be. It also has a pretty nice price point. Not that it should matter to most people, but it's only $57 right now, so it's pretty easy to accumulate a basket of 100 shares pretty quickly, so that you can start working on some of these more advanced strategies. So that's it from this review of blockchain as of today. I will catch you in my next video, and good luck going into next week.